Welcome to Juice United show, and it's a 2-0 win, smash and grab at Elland Road. What luck we had today. Garf, talk to me about what the hell happened there today.
Funny enough, Dave, I've got a question for you first, man. Have you been in games like this, like the Leeds boys were, where you definitely should have won against a superior team, and then you've ended up losing last minute? Like, how does that feel in the dressing room? Is that the worst feeling in football, almost?
Oh my goodness me, yeah, it is. When you know you should have won and you lose, it hurts a lot. Everyone knows that, isn't it? It's in anything, any sport that you play, and you're the total killer. And then end up losing, and you end up losing 2-0 with like no goals scored, nothing. So it's a total smash and grab. I think it was always going to happen like this while we had the players that we had on the field to start with, number one. And then at halftime, what did we say? We both said exact same thing. Who needs to come on? And they both came on, and it changed the game completely. The instant minute Martinez comes on at the back, we totally get calmer and we control the game. And it makes players move the ball a lot quicker because it's his timing that sets everything off. I don't know what you think, but I just love him.
The literal first thing he did was take a ball and play an immediate pass that took out the entire attack and midfield of Leeds out to the flank. And we haven't done it all game. So, yeah, listen, Martinez not playing. Let me get a start on that. I don't understand the system we're playing today. I'm going to call it a 3-3-1-3. I really don't understand what Ten Hag was trying. I mean, we've won, so I can't say it didn't work, but we were lucky that it did come off in the end, man, because, yeah, we were under pressure all game. But, yeah, Martinez, I mean, no Casemiro, no Martinez, we're in trouble. Our team isn't strong enough yet to cope with both of them missing. It really isn't. It really isn't. So we're one of them teams at the moment, if our strongest... If we're missing 2 or 3 of our strongest players, we are not doing well. Like, we've got our 11... And you can take 1, maybe 2 out. But, yeah, other than that, no, yeah.
You know what?
Smash and grab, like you said, mate.
Yeah. I feel like it's certain positions where we definitely cannot replace. And that is pretty much centre-back with Martinez. He can't afford to not play. And Casemiro can't afford to not play. And at this moment, Rashford cannot afford to not play. Or Bruno cannot. The whole spine cannot afford to not play. You can't replace them. There's none of them in that spine that I've just mentioned can be replaced at the moment, and we're going to struggle. Any other positions, I'm all right, but yeah, anywhere else. But anyway, talk to me about the first half, what you saw in that first half, and then the second half. Summarize it all for me. What you got?
Yeah, short summary on the first half. I thought the system. I don't think the players were that up to speed with what exactly they were meant to be doing. Maguire, rusty. I'm not going to dig him out. It made mistakes with saying everyone on the pitch. Dallo, again, also looked rusty, to be fair, mate. But we were not at the races whatsoever. And I think Leeds definitely should have punished us in that first half, 100%. We were lucky to come in 0-0. Second half, exactly the start again. I can't believe the gaffer didn't make substitutions at half time. I mean, I don't want to question him. Again, we've won 2-0. It's so weird to be talking like this, you know what I mean? But as we just said, the moment Lisandro Martinez come on. I won't even say Garnacho. The moment Martinez come on, the game changed. We were so calm at the back. I think you said it in the group. He's press resistant. I think that is the key point with Lisandro Martinez. He is press resistant. And you can't say that, not even as much, maybe a little bit with Varane, but you can't say that about Maguire. You can't say that about either of our right backs. You can't say that. Luke Shaw and Martinez are the only 2 press resistant defenders we've got, man. Changed the game completely. So, so happy with that, man. So happy with that. Because we were looking... After Newcastle drew, Arsenal drew, you know what I mean? It feels like every time everyone else around us doesn't do well, we don't make that extra step and take up the ground. So you make up the ground on them. So ecstatic, mate. Absolutely ecstatic with that win in the end.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. But look, in the end, we get the win, and we walk away with a clean sheet as well. That's, you know what? That's just saying something again against this for Ten Hag again. It's madness how he can just pull out result like this result. He's pulled it out the bag from what we have. Yeah. To be able to pull it out the bag, I'm absolutely loving him. I'm loving what I'm seeing from this guy again. Obviously, it's one of the worst games that we've played. One of the worst games I've wanted to watch. I've been watching, thinking, this is just like last year. This is disgusting. Yeah. And it obviously because of the personnel that we're playing, the combination of personnel that we're playing. I'm not going to dig out one person. It's the combination seemed like last season's combinations, and it was just not good. There was no movement. There was no front-footedness. There was no press resistance. There was nothing. It was just like we was all standing still. And I was thinking, bloody hell, like, how have we turned back to this? And Leeds just looked good. They looked like they was about to score at any time. I think this isn't right. This is not right. But look, we got the win. Garnacho comes on and silenced all them fools who talking crap about him all this time, because this guy is a talent. You need to keep on his side with him. Look, he missed a chance, but he played well. No, he didn't play well the last game, but he played, and he was still one of the danger men. He still had a chance to score, and he didn't do as well as he normally would. Today, he comes on, scores his goal, and he gives the keeper the eyes. People might think that's an easy one to save it since it's near post, but when you open up your body from that side, it looks like you're going to go far post. And when I was watching it, I was thinking, he's going far post. Oh, he's gone in the near post. He's even done me from watching it. So, yeah, so it obviously people are going to be upset with that. But end of the day, good finish. Rashford, another power header.
Oh, we were talking about McCarthy, weren't we? We were talking about what he was doing. Can I just say about Garnacho? I was in a space on Twitter with Alex, funnily enough. Yeah. Someone in there calling him Garnacho, and I was like, bro, where's this come? Where's ridiculous? What is wrong with fans? What is wrong with fans that he's had one bad game and we're digging the kid out like madness to me? I mean, I don't understand it. I really don't, because
absolutely ridiculous. That he's still a player, like a young boy that 18 and killing it like this for United, like, and that's a bad game for him. I put it down to him having no studs, and that's what I put it down to, like not being able to stand up well. He still did well enough that I'm happy with that, man. I've seen many a performance from a Dan James and stuff like that where you're like, bloody hell, what are you doing? Garnacho's got bits about him, mate. So, nah, mate, I'm not even knowing that.
No, I'm not even, because it feels like these days, like fans of all clubs, we have to have someone we don't like. We can never have the complete team. We're happy with everything, you know, like, and to be digging out the young kid after one bad performance, after everything he's done. Yeah, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. The kid is exceptional. I'm sticking by that. I think he's a top talent. I don't care what anyone says. Ain't just he scored today, and like you said, it's a lovely finish. I agree with you. A lovely finish, man. So wonderful.
Right. So let's go into the player ratings anyway, because that's what we do around here. So we will start with obviously the main man in goal, David De Gea. What are you giving this guy?
Like 400 starts for Man United, and that's madness, isn't it? That's 400 games in the Premier League. I think they were talking. That's crazy numbers, bro. What are you doing to me?
Unbelievable.
Do you know what? He didn't actually have much to do, because the Leeds were not very good once they got to a shooting opportunity. We were lucky Bamford was on, but it's still a 7. It's a clean sheet. He pulled out that lovely save from the right at the end from I was thinking from Somerville. I'm going to stick with 7, clean sheet, and I'm going to give him an extra point. I'm giving him an extra point because it's 400 for Leeds.
It's another clean sheet as well, to be fair. Yeah. But you know why I gave him a 6? It's just this. You know, like when you're no one on you and you kick the ball, you're giving people a reason to say something about you. You know, and I don't like that. I wish he doesn't have that part of his game. Like, you shouldn't be miskicking balls with no one pressuring you. It just shouldn't happen. It can't happen when you're in the Prem. You're the top of the Prem. You want to be a Champions League team, going to go for wins. You can't be doing that. Defensively, we know what he can do, saving shots and stuff like that. But yeah, things like that just get on my nerves a little bit. But look, it's a 6 for me. Well done. You know. Let's go with right back, Dalot. What are you telling me?
It wasn't. To be fair, he was innocuous for most of the game, I thought, mate. But again, it was this weird. He was playing as a 3 at the back, weren't he? He wasn't really allowed to expand, show himself going forward. So it's a 6. It is a 6 for Dalot for me, mate. 100%.
Yeah,
it's going that low. I can see it, mate. 100%, mate. Yeah. So yeah, 5. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it and I'm going, you know what? I need Wan-Bissaka in there at right back. I just feel like I want him in there at the moment. And Dalot, you're gonna have to work yourself back in. Like, you did get ahead of him, and unfortunately, you got injured, and you're now behind him. And he's taking your spot back. For me, he's taking your spot. But I'm sure you might get more time. I'm talking to him like he's there. But yeah.
Don't worry about it, lads. We're back in the scene before you know. Look, we've got a lot of games coming, so we're going to be needing both of them. But I agree. If Wan-Bissaka, with Wan-Bissaka actually being fit, I don't think Dalot should have started, man. 100%. So, and again, it showed Wan-Bissaka was solid when he came on. Solid.
Yeah, he was, and he tackled up that Garnacho every time he got the ball. And that's what I would have expected in both games if Wan-Bissaka was playing. We know what he can do one-on-one. He'll stop anybody. So, yeah, I think that's what we was missing in terms of that. But look, Dalot supplied the cross for the first game. But this game is just nowhere to be really seen. And his passing is not on point back again. He needs to get back in the groove to be able to see that kind of Dalot again. And for me, yeah, you're getting a 5. We weren't able to get out. We weren't able to keep balls, and that's what his game is. His distribution is usually good, and there wasn't nothing today. It looked like he just passed it backwards a lot, never really went forward up the lines like Shaw was doing. I didn't see it, so I'm going to go with that. We have Harry Maguire. Well, let's go with Luke Shaw at central defense because he was central defensive as well. So what are you giving him?
Yeah, he was under pressure all game, mate. I mean, is it a 7? Is it a 6?
How did he do? Yeah,
he done well. He done well. Yeah, he did. You're right. An assist to 7. No, you are right. Yeah, you've changed my mind immediately. I'm looking at it as a team performance because we were under pressure for a lot, and he did really well. As I said, he's one of the few press-resistant players we've got. He's calm on the ball. To be fair, at his age now, 27, his next step up is becoming one of the best fullbacks in the world. It really is. Like defenders in the world. It really is. He's been immense for us all season. So yeah, 7, solid 7, done well. Great, his passing as well. That's the other thing you don't realise. And this all was winding me up in this game because we were playing it as in central defence, but it wasn't really. He was moving over to the left, and Malacia was coming in the centre midfield. He had nothing in front of him, so he had to keep turning around and passing it backwards. You know what I mean? There was no one for him to unleash the ball to. So yeah, 7. I can see a 7. I'll stick with a 7.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, with Shaw, again in a game like this, he was one of the only guys at the back who were press resistant and able to move the ball and trying to do things a lot quicker. And like I say, under the pressure, he's still keeping the ball, still making the right decisions. And then he comes up at the last minute with a ball from Sabitzer, touches it, crosses it right on Rashford's head with quality and scores a banging header. So sure, he definitely gets a 7 for me. We kept a clean sheet as well. You can't put a foot wrong at the moment. So yeah, I'm loving that. Right, so let's take a look at Harry Maguire. What are you giving Harry Maguire?
Oh, this is a difficult one, though, because every time he plays, it sounds like I'm digging him out. But like that first chance that Leeds got, he wasn't watching the ball. He's talking to his defender, and they nearly scored. He gets caught on the ball, turning because he turns like a battleship to try and play a ball. I mean, seriously, though, come on, man. Whoever it was that chased him down was literally 20 yards away from him, mate. You know, it's madness.
He had his head down as well, trying to run as fast as he could.
You know, some people might say we got a clean sheet, so you can't give him a 5, but I am giving him a 5. It's a 5. It's 100% a 5, mate.
Exactly right.
Well, there you go. Yeah, you can't tell me he played well. You can't.
He didn't play well. He didn't play well.
So, yeah, 5, mate, definitely.
Yeah. So for me, Harry Maguire, he's coming to the side. We're all obviously surprised that the team's changed that much. He's one of them that we thought, whoa, Leeds are a team that attack like with some pace. What are we doing here? But I trusted in Ten Hag. And then we watch him and he makes, mistakes under no pressure. He gave the ball to them, trying to play it back to De Gea. It just and then trying to play a lot of balls, like cross-field balls, which didn't get anywhere. Like they went along the floor to Leeds players. So he made too many mistakes in that, man. And also, what I hate is when he stands on the ball for 10 seconds. And he's not Martinez. He's not standing on the ball to bring them on to do stuff. He's actually standing on the ball and he doesn't know why he's standing on the ball. And that's what's annoying because it doesn't do anything for us. Because what happens is they come onto us and then we give it back to De Gea and he gets booted. And I'm like, what was the point of that? You don't keep the ball so we can go back to De Gea and boot it. We keep it so then we can get under pressure and play through the pressure. It didn't happen. I'm not happy. And he should be instigating that when someone like Martinez is not playing. He should be the instigator of that happening. You're the captain. Make it happen. Make the players move. It didn't happen. Maguire getting a 5. Simple as that.
I will say quick one thing on Maguire. I saw his post-match, and to be fair to him, for once he spoke like a captain because they were trying to get him to say like, "Oh, you ain't played in a while. How are you feeling getting your first minutes?" And he said he comes straight. It's like, "It ain't about me. I haven't played well." Like he literally said that. Like I haven't been playing that well. You know what I mean? So I was like, respect to you, Philly. He's like, it's about the team. He also said, I don't know why people say I don't get my minutes. I'm getting my minutes. So fair play to him. Absolutely diffused.
That's good.
That's good. Yeah. I give you an extra point for that.
Yeah. But that's good. It's like you're not delusional now. Like we all know when we haven't played a good game. If I come off a match and I ain't played well, I'll be like, listen, I'm so upset, man. I played crap. I'm not going to come off the field and say, oh, manager picked me, though. I'm the man. Like, I'm playing. There must be a reason why I'm playing. I ain't scoring no goals, but listen, keep playing me, gaffer. No, I'm like, I didn't play well. But anyway, Malacia, left back.
Yeah. I mean, was he left back, Nathan, or was he defensive midfielder, mate?
I don't know what position he was being told to play. I don't know.
A lot of energy, a lot of breaking up play. He is what he is, a backup defender, man. That is what he is. He's quality for what he is, man, but it's still only it's a 6. It's a 6.
You know what? I'm so tight with 5 and 6.
Same here.
Oh, he was. I'm not sure if it was as bad as Maguire, but it was still bad. Like, still made some mistakes where they nearly getting in and shooting and onto goal to score goals. It's like you can't allow that to happen. And I like him because I like his tenaciousness. I like his technique. I like his movement, his positioning. I love it all, to be fair. But it's just sometimes he does get caught in these kind of games as well. I wanted him to play. But look, he didn't have the best of games. And I don't mind that as long as you're trying your best. And we know you've got the ability to play better. I'm happy. I'm not happy, but you know what I mean? I'm not really like, like throw him in under, throw him away. He's done all right. Exactly what you said, to be fair. He is that utility player who can come in and do a job whenever he needs to do a job. But yeah, he's not like
nasty streak to him as well, which I like. Nate. He's got a bit about him as well. He leaves that foot in for them tackles as well. So it weren't great.
Yeah. How do you think Casemiro did anyway? Watching from the stands.
Still the best player in the stadium, mate. 100%.
Sabitzer. I'm going to go Sabitzer first because
mate. Yeah, I think I don't know. I've been saying I like this kid. Man, I like him a lot, mate. I think he's a quality little baller. He didn't do much today, but he still wasn't awful. It's a 6 from me for him.
Same here.
Yeah. And I really think if we can get him for 15 to 25 mil in the summer, that'd be a great option for us. Obviously, he isn't replacing Casemiro or Eriksen, but a fantastic option. He's got a bit about. He's an old school centre mid in my mind. Mate.
He is. Like robust centre mid. Yeah. He does his thing, and he does what he needs to do. He gets stuck in, and you're never going to be short of hard work and making the right decisions as a midfielder. Like, never do anything special. I don't think he's going to be like a player who does something special out of nothing. But I think he'll get his odd goal. He'll just be that robust player that you need to have as part of the side. The way I used to think of Donny going to be for us, I think he can do this for us, but he's got the more robust side to him where that's what you need. You can't have the other side, but not the robustness. I think he's exactly the opposite of a Donny, if you get what I mean. And then we're never going to get to see that for now anyway. But yeah, that's what I think. Sabitzer, I gave him a 6. I think he's done quite well. Let's move on to Mr. Freddy Krueger.
Mate, they gave him man of the match, apparently. Man of the match.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Listen, like say Freddy Krueger, I'd go with another horror. It was a Jekyll and Hyde performance, mate. Like defensively, yes, he did break up the play. Yes, he did stop them attacking every so often. But mate, the amount of times he put himself in trouble by making awful passes, like ridiculous, like just not going anywhere. It's a 5 from me. It really is. So I don't know if I've got man of the match from the Sky Sports people.
I don't know, but everyone's getting the same kind of results, aren't they? Everyone's 5s and 6s today, to be fair. And to be fair, I gave him a 6 because somehow he got man of the match. So I must have put his score up a little bit because of that. I was like, how did he get man of the match? Okay, I'll give him a 6. Why not?
He did defend well. There's no way about it. He did like stopping the play, but then when we're transitioning through the phases, he is so awful at that. He so bad at it for a professional footballer of 30 years old, man. Like these 5 yards. And listen, I ain't conceding about Pogba with you, but you can tell that he is definitely better with a Casemiro next to him. There's no 2 ways about that. So.
Well, it happens to all of us, isn't it? Casemiro there, everyone plays better. Simple as that for me.
Apart from Paul Pogba.
Yep, apart from Paul Pogba. But yeah, Fred, as you know, quality on the ball, not the greatest. Quality off the ball, pretty good. And having them legs to get around everywhere, ratting around. Probably that's a reason why we didn't concede as well. Obviously, he's a reason why we could have conceded as well. But yeah, He is one of them ones. In a game like this, I could possibly see why he might get man of match. When I think about it now, everybody's got to run around, rat around, no quality in the game whatsoever. And whoever's ratting around the most wins. So maybe that's why Fred, hold on, mate. Fred got 5.
Man of the match by default. I like that.
I actually didn't want to give a man a match today because it was that bad. So yeah.
I agree, man. There's no one that stood out on the pitch for a man of the match performance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just want to have a little point on this guy here, Sancho. I said I didn't want to start him. And the reason why I didn't want to start him was because of this, exactly what happened today. I felt like the game's going to be a bit too fast for him too soon. I felt like he needed a bit of time. He needs to come on when everyone was getting tired, just the same way Garnacho did. I think Garnacho could handle it because he's been playing more games. And especially also, like I say, if we haven't got the foundation at the back going into the midfield to then get the ball out to him quickly and then him have options, it's not going to be easy. And we had one of them games where he was pretty much non-existent because of that. And like I say, he hasn't even got 90 minutes in him. So why not give him the 45, the 40, the 35 minutes today? So then maybe when Casemiro and them boys play on Thursday, that's where you're going to see the best of him. I thought that was a better move, but, you know, it might look like it was better in now looking back. But look, that's why I didn't want to play him to start. But I gave him a 5. I don't know what you gave him.
Yeah, I can see a 5. I'm going 6. I think personally it was again the formation because Sancho, when he gets the ball, he needs people around him as well, like to actually pass and move. So if you haven't got a fullback bombing up beside you, overlapping, giving him nothing, what you expect him to do? Take on 2 men every time. Leeds doubled up with him all game. He was quiet. There's no 2 ways about it. So 5 is very fair. I'm going 6. I just thought for a while in that first half, he was our only threat at points.
He was.
Getting down to the byline, the crossing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he done all right with that, to be fair. It's just, I felt it was not through a fault of his own that he got a 5. I felt like it was just one of them games where he's never going to get on the ball enough to affect it. And when he does, he's not going to have the options around him to be able to play to anyone. So then it's like, you're getting a 5 because it's just there's nothing you could have really done. And that's the reason. It's not he played bad. I thought he done all right. But, you know, early on, he did get snapped a few times a bit early. He was a little bit loose with the ball, came up to the player and he tackled him because he didn't really judge the distances well enough. But that's just his rust coming back. So that's why I gave him a 5. I don't think it's that bad, to be fair.
No, listen, I can see a 5, man. That's what I said, man.
100%. Yeah. Bruno Fernandes.
You've been playing so much FIFA. Where did that come from, Fernandes? Anyway,
because it's Fernandes. If you listen to them in their Spanish way, they say Fernandes.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, yeah. 6 for Fernandes. He actually, like, I could see people keep being very frustrated with him. He gave the ball away quite a bit in the early stages, but again, it's not just, you got to look at everything else he does. He offers himself for balls like no one else on this pitch. He draws defenders out. He takes up positions on the pitch and no one else we've got does, period. Like, no one does it. And bottom line is his passing is exceptional most of the time. I know he tries things that don't come off and they're silly. I don't understand the hate of the geezer. It's a solid 6 for me for him.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you don't play him, you don't have the outlet of anything to any player. So it's again like, you know what I mean? Like if you don't have Lisandro, you don't have the outlet from defense to midfield. Same with Casemiro, you don't have the outlet of midfield to Bruno. And then if you don't have Bruno, you don't have no one playing those killer balls to the last man who's going to score goals. And that's the whole point of a whole squad. You need to have the whole squad firing. That spine is the most important. He played well enough today to be effective for us to go and win the game 2-0 in the end. But obviously through the game, Leeds had most of the possession and they looked the better team. So he was not really in the game as much. But like I say, I didn't look at him and go, what you doing? You know, it wasn't one of them games. It was a game where it's a bit quiet and it wasn't a game for our attacking because we didn't have the foundations in place. So these players are naturally going to get a lower score. So Bruno gets a 6 from me. Let's move on to why not go to him?
I feel for the geezer, mate. I feel for the geezer because I this is no one who wants to listen. I can't question Ten Hag. He's doing so well, but what is he here for? What is this man doing on the pitch? Like later on in the game, funny enough, when it opened up a little bit, Nate,
he looked a bit better.
When he didn't have people breathing down his neck, and he can take time with the touch, he looks a little better. But I thought the 6'6" massive unit of a player was all about like taking the ball and taking, like, you know what I mean, barging men out of the way, drawing players to him, and then pass up. It like he doesn't seem to want to head the ball. I saw him duck at one point. I saw him duck a header at one point. I couldn't believe it, mate. It's a 5 for Weghorst. I do feel for him. I don't think he's got the required talent to be in this team.
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't.
I do feel for him, mate. And I said that at the start. I thought we would have more from him than we've seen, but I didn't expect much from him. I definitely didn't expect this little from him, though. You
know what it is, yeah? I'll tell you what I see. He's okay holding up the ball and linking up play with players. And if you get the ball to him, he can finish a shot. And that's about it. There's nothing else in his game that tells me that he's got Premiership abilities of any other sort. So, but with a striker like that, if you provide him the ball all the time to him, somehow, if there's a team that can do that, then he might be effective. But in this Man United side, we can't deal with players like this. That's why I said to you, I wanted a João Felix. Like, the guy's mobile, he can move around, he can do bits. And look, I know, I like the look of João Felix. He's gone to Chelsea now. We didn't get him. Who else was we talking about? Like fluid players who you can play left, right, or centre. You can mix it up, but there's still a player who can be a number 9. That's going to be the dangerous kind of feel for us that we need. And that's why Martial is such a bloody shame the guy can't stay fit to save his life, man. Flips
words out of my mouth. I was just about to say, do you know what? All jokes aside, I know you've been taking a bit of a hammering in our group about your Martial love, mate, but we are missing Martial badly. If we had Martial for these 2 Leeds games, they're nowhere near as hard. We win
no chance.
Because
exactly.
The thing that Weghorst doesn't do is give the defenders a problem. So they can keep their eye on Rashford and Sancho, the centre backs. Whereas Martial, you're like, where's he gone?
Yeah, now, listen, you got to double up on him too.
I am not a Martial lover. Everyone knows it, you know what I mean? But we are definitely missing his guile, I think is the right word for it. His impact in the team and the fact that he makes defenders think. Because that's if Weghorst gets the ball, you can step off him. You know you're not getting burnt by him. Martial takes the ball, you can't because he will burn you up. So we are missing Martial, man.
Yeah, let's hope he gets fit one day. We'll see anyway. Mr. Rashford next, because he's the main man. Since World Cup, he's been the best striker in the Premiership, bar none. Not even Haaland is touching this guy right now. He is on absolute fire, and he's back to the Rashford we all knew we had. He is the man, scoring bullet headers now. No one can tell me his heading ain't good anymore. His heading is on up. His heading on FIFA better be sick. He better turn into a flipping... What's his name? Closer. Lewandowski. No, I'm playing. But yeah, he's doing absolutely amazing in terms of goal scoring. Quiet one today, but still, when that chance comes, he gets his goal. For me, I give him a 6 today. He's done well.
Yeah, to be fair, Nathan, I was going to give him a 7, and if I was to give him a man of the match, it's going to Rashford, because bottom line is he had realistically one quality chance and he put it away and won us the game. I know we won 2-0 in the end, but he's the one who scored that goal. It's not an easy header either, mate, that one. Like to score it the way he did,
it's a great one.
I agree with you, there ain't a man of the match out there, but if I was to have to give one, it would be Rashford today. So 6-7, definitely. Quiet game otherwise, but bottom line is if you're a striker, you're there to score goals, mate. So
you score your goal, we win the game. It's a 2-0 victory. The thing is tough though, isn't it? Because like they didn't concede either. And then you're saying like you can't give a higher than 5 because they weren't that good defensively, United. But then we didn't concede. So it's a weird one. It's a weird one because Martinez comes on, he plays long enough that we can give him a scoring. So what did you give Martinez? What did you give him?
Just quickly on what you're saying there, Nate. Sorry, man. The difference is Leeds didn't score because they were bad. They couldn't finish. That's my point. You do that against Barcelona or against a team who can finish. Down, mate. Martinez, he didn't play long enough really to get any more than a 6. Let's be fair about it.
I'll give him a 7.
because of what he did and came on and just completely, we started to feel comfortable. It is a 7. I'm giving him an extra point for his influence off the ball, basically.
Yeah.
You see him as well. He's always talking. He's always telling people what to do. And, mate, I wouldn't want to play against him. It must be awful if you're a striker against him.
Oh,
I bet he's one of them, mate, stepping on your toes, grabbing your beard there, you know what I mean? Look at it like one of them.
Definitely mine. It was definitely mine. But yeah, man. Oh my gosh, this guy, for me, he's the best defender in the league. Everything I see, all the qualities he's got. No, seriously, all the qualities this guy possesses. I don't know another centre back that's got what he's got and what he's doing at the moment, and the performances he's giving. I can't see a better defender. I can't think of any defender better than him. Like, okay, you remember what I say? Like, you got to have the full package as a centre back. And this guy has everything at a high level. So when you look at it all, what is his impact on United? It's everything. Like, without him in that defense, we just can't dictate games. We can't. We're totally off the pace. This guy dictates the game, makes the right decisions pretty much 9.9 times out of 10. The guy's telling everyone what to do. Doesn't do rash challenges, press resistant, left foot ball over the top, right on the toenail of Rashford. Everything he does, timing of passing, bringing players onto him for us to get through. He's just immaculate. And I can't see a player who does that in the Premier League right now. I can't see one player who's actually topping him. So I'm putting him at the moment as the best centre-back in the Premier League.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a fella online called Boovy. He says that John Stones is the best centre-back in the world right now. So I don't know if you agree with that one or not, Dave.
No chance. Absolutely no chance. Is Stones the best centre-back in the world? No chance. City actually quite... Huh?
I agree with everything you said, mate. Sorry,
yeah. Thank you. At least we've agreed again on something else. Sometimes I bring out a statement, I'm like, I wonder what he's going to say.
But saying about Pogba, we're fine, mate. You know, saying about Pogba, we're on the same level, bro.
Garnacho.
Yeah, listen, like we said it all at the start. You said it, mate. Proving all of these numpties online, these keyboard football pundits who think they know everything about the game. Can I give him a 7? I can't because he did. It's a 6. Even there, you solidified it for me, mate. It is a 6. It's a high 6. Listen, if he had more time on the ball, it would have been a 7. Scored a lovely goal, like you said, man. Not an easy finish. I don't care what anyone else says about that. You know, I played on the wing, cutting in, like you say, man. The eyes. It is like that because basically that's what Kieran was here. This is how I used to be because I wasn't very good. I'd open my body up to shoot, but then miss it. Go in the near corner, bro. If the goalkeeper don't know where you're going, if you don't know where you're going, the goalkeeper don't know where you're going, mate.
Exactly.
Lovely. 6 performance. And listen, anyone who's a Man United fan who wants to tell me that we should move this kid on, me and you can't talk no more because we've got different ideas about what baller is.
Mate, yeah. Yeah, Garnacho comes on and he's still not as consistent. He's still very, very confident. He comes on, don't care what no one said about him. No one should have said anything about him anyway, because he is a baller. He's 18 years of age, playing for Man United and doing well, actually doing bits for us, contributing to the game. This guy comes on, outpaces the guy, shows the keeper the eyes, puts it near post. Keeper don't know what's happened, causes him to hesitate a bit. Then he can't save the near post goal, which he should be able to. If he didn't open out, I'm sure the keeper would have saved that easily. But look, Garnacho, I love having him in our squad, having him as an option, especially while we got this kind of side. I'm comfortable with him playing on the left for us anytime. Anytime the manager plays him, I am comfortable. I'm happy with him playing because he can do damage. He's got pace to burn and he's got confidence as well. And he can do things on his own. Let me at him. That's what he's about. So simple as that. Love it, Garnacho. So we're going to go last but not least.
I mean, this is why I'm not a football manager and Eric Ten Hag is, isn't it? Because I tell you what, with 15 minutes to go, I was writing his obituary like, mate, I don't know what he was doing. I've got no idea. Why didn't he make subs? This geezer, I've given him loads of high scores. It's a 5. We won 2-0. His substitutions are scoring again, or Rashford, and then one of his substitutions are scoring. He tries a fancy new formation. It's a 7. It's an 8. I'm giving him an 8. I am.
I gave him an 8 as well.
There you go. Look at that.
We did it again. We did it again, Garf. Unbelievable. This, you know what, Ten Hag, he's just not. I can't believe this guy. He's always making the right decisions. Look, like I said, he is dodging us every time we try and get his team selection. He is saying, "Nope, I ain't picking that." I'm sure he's watching our show, going, "I ain't picking it." Yeah, I ain't picking their teams. I ain't picking their teams. Watch this. Bang! I'm gonna do this. Huh? What the heck? You got all these different players playing. Okay, with the options he had, knowing what he's played against earlier on Wednesday, coming with that side, it was a massive surprise for us. So it would have been a massive surprise for Leeds as well. And then to get a clean sheet after a game like that, and then make the subs at the perfect time, to then go and change the game once again, 2-0. Bloody hell! This guy just continues to get points on the board no matter what. I can't fault him with the options he had. He don't have any other options. He actually hasn't got any other options, and he's gone and done it again. The guys are done.
We're second now as well.
We're second, mate. At this moment in time, we are second, and Man City have to win in a bit. They're about to play, aren't they? So, they're playing, aren't they? So,
yeah. Do we want Man City to lose now? Then it just comes down to a bit.
We want Man City to lose because we'll be in a fight with Figgy. We want Man City to lose today and then to beat Arsenal. I don't even want City to win the league anyway. If anyone to win the league, I'd rather Arsenal won it, but City are up actually, so we're not top at the moment. Oh, they scored after 4 minutes.
You haven't got as many Arsenal mates as I have, then, Dave. Clearly, mate. You know. What I mean?
Yeah, but City, man, there are rivals in the same city. It's not nice.
Yeah, I know
it's not nice.
And they'll do a free-peat as well if they win it this year, won't they? And we're
exactly
do that. So no, you're right. You're right.
It's not a nice
man.
Mate. Yeah, but look, it's been great. Another win, another 3 points. Who?
Is it Barca next? Is that
we got Barca next, mate? We got Barca next. We have got Barcelona on Thursday at 5:45 kickoff at the new camp. So yeah, baptism of absolute fire. And then we play on Sunday 2 p.m. versus Leicester. So that's gonna be a tough one at Old Trafford, though. So that's good to come back to. And that's it, then, isn't it? Casemiro done, yeah? No more.
Yeah, well, Casemiro's back for Barcelona, obviously.
Oh yeah, and then he misses Leicester, doesn't he?
Then he misses Leicester. Yeah, mate. Yeah.
That ain't good.
And then what is it? 26th for the cup final as well. Listen, Ten Hag, mate. Could you imagine this last year? Just final point. I know we've got to go about but could you imagine us in this position last year? We're fighting on 4 fronts. We actually are. I know we're not properly, but we really are still. FA Cup, League Cup, Europa League, and the Premier League, man. Like, it's madness. You
don't expect it, but look, that's what we're all about. Erik Ten Hag, he is a winner. He come from winning, and he comes straight into this office and said, I'm continuing. He said, I'm continuing what I've just done. So, yeah, he's on fire, mate. So, but yeah, long may this continue. And he's going to continue next season. All he needs to do is continue buying the right players and letting them fit into his system. And they will be the right players, especially once we get some more money from more backers. So, yeah, whoever it is, come in. You better have some money to spend for Eric, please. So, yeah, happy with that. But look, thanks for joining us, everyone. Look forward to seeing you guys for the pre-game against Barcelona Wednesday. It's going to be Wednesday late, though. It's going to be Wednesday late. So about 8 o'clock probably. So we'll probably do Wednesday 8 p.m. The preview of the Barcelona game. Peace out, people. See you in a bit.